Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again, and today we have a epic NASCAR Next Gen haul, and it's going to be really cool, fellas. So we got a crap load of these bags here, and it's going to be a lot of fun here, guys. So let's go and hop right into it. So Next Gen, found it, got the Next Gen Wave, and we're going to be partially unboxing it here. This is a little bit of the top of the card here. You might not be able to tell which driver it is, and that's what's kind of cool. It's a little bit of a generic packaging, but it looks really nice. And then once you take it out of the bag and check this out, this is the Ford Mustang reveal car. We got all of them from this wave. We'll be checking them all out here. Of course, make sure to give the video a huge thumbs up. And this is a very cool packaging. I mean, you have like this three-dimensional kind of a concept artwork you would see maybe in a video game designing or before you would put on a template on the car, which is really cool. Very sleek, very nice. And this card back here, or not card, but the free card they include actually has some stuff behind it, which we'll be checking out when we do a review on this. But this is the Ford Mustang. And I tell you what, the wheels look incredible on this piece. It is painted. So we're going to go ahead and keep it rolling here. Here in the studio, very excited to get the Next Gen NASCAR Authentics here. And this is going to be really fun, because check this out. This is the first Toyota Next Gen I have here in the studio. And dang, look at that as we're making a mess here. Wow, look at that Toyota Camry Next Gen diecast. Wow, I'm so glad I did not get the Coca-Cola 600 promo. People were... it was expensive just to get it off the Charlotte Motor Speedway website. I'm so glad I waited. Look how cool this freaking diecast is. First time since 2016, the Toyota Camrys have a proper lower valence. A little bit of a longer splitter, but most importantly, that tall spoiler. Very sleek looking race car right there, guys. And again, this is the Next Gen card back for this special bonus wave, which apparently from Lionel, this is supposed to be a pretty uncommon wave. I don't know how many they're making of it, but from what I heard, this is a lower production wave. So even though all the stores might be getting them right now, it might be very short-lived. So if you see these cars, guys, you might as well pick them up. These are all exclusives to the NASCAR Authentics line. The cars will be shown in this video. Now, for all your next-gen cars in the Gold Series, you know, so many of them are coming out right now, you know, like the Larsons, the Christopher Bells, the Kevin Harvicks, all that good stuff. If you want to go ahead and get yours pre-ordered over there at Circle B Diecast, have that discount shipping code. You can check it out down below. For any orders $30 or more, helps out the channel and allows me to be able to do videos like this. Make sure to check that out, guys. Use code Diecastbuffet over there at Circle B Diecast. So anyways, we got another one here in the studio, and we continue to keep knocking over the card backs. That is fantastic. There we go. Let's go ahead and check this one out here. And oh, this is a bittersweet diecast here. So this is the Chris Buescher Daytona test car. And if I told you if I didn't say this was a test car, you would truly probably think this is a 2022 primary paint scheme, because it literally is a primary paint scheme. You have the race car decal there, the Goodyear decal, the sponsor placement, which I don't see why they needed to move it in the first place. In my opinion, I think it looks perfectly fine. I can clearly tell it's a Fastenal car. There's plenty of, you know, spots around the piece to advertise. The middle number placement, guys, looks 10 times better than the new stuff, in my opinion. But wow, I love the Next Gen diecast. Every single time I look at these Next Gen cars, guys, it reminds me of like kind of a Trans Am sports car or something. You know, you have the BBS wheels, you have this very modern production car mold, and I tell you what, man, awesome stuff. It really does remind me of seeing, you know, like a Chevrolet Camaro or a Ford Mustang, perhaps with a little bit of a body kit on it. But it reminds me of the cars on Forza. You know, you take a Camaro and you put, you know, like a Jeff Gordon livery or something on it. So anyways, we got another car here in the studio, and this is Daniel Suarez's. Or is it Daniel Suarez, or it's more or less Trackhouse Racing? I think this one is officially a Daniel Suarez. It's not a generic one-team type of car, but regardless, this is the number 99. What a cool looking paint scheme here, guys. Unfortunately, the numbers are not chrome on this. We do know they have the capability of doing chrome numbers. So I think they just kind of, didn't do it because it's a test car, which I'm okay with, honestly, as long as they get the real stuff good. But wow, man, the Chevrolet Camaro, the Camaros look the best. And as far as the 164 scales go, the Camaros, in my opinion, look the best because they look exactly like a Chevrolet Camaro. The wide hips in the back of the car, the flat kind of front fascia, the BBS wheels. I mean, it looks exactly like a production car. I will say, in terms of the on track variants, probably the Ford Mustang looks the best. I still think that's kind of up for grabs, but in terms of diecast mode, easily the Camaro as far as I'm concerned. So go ahead and know this one's double bag, so that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and get this one out, and bam! Check this one out here, fellas. This is a Cole Custer, or actually, I think, is this Cole Custer or just a Stenhouse Racing one? Regardless, a pretty cool livery here. This is the Stenhouse Racing test car. You have I want to say that is a true silver stripe. It does look like it has some sort of a kind of a sparkle effect to it. We'll be checking these out with Diecast reviews, so if you haven't subscribed already, it's a great opportunity to get a closer look at all these next-gen cars. We're covering the 2022 initial launch of the next-gen Diecast. The goal is to review every single next-gen Diecast ever made. Wow, what a cool-looking Ford Mustang. I mean, this has a little bit of, like, some 24 Hours of Le Mans in the 60s kind of look to it. I'm digging it. Definitely a very retro road racing inspired paint scheme. Very, very cool stuff right there. Let's go ahead and keep digging here in this Diecast haul. And here is the Chevrolet Camaro production reveal car. What's funny is that when they revealed these cars in 2021, it was actually May 5th, which is my birthday, so it was pretty cool. And I had a hunch they were going to make these after we saw the prototypes at Daytona, and I'm so glad they actually did, because there was a lot of people who really wanted these cars. But, I mean, just when you look at this car, man, the body lines of the next-gen car, in my opinion, really just stand out so easily with the Chevrolet Camaro. Like, this looks exactly like a normal Chevrolet Camaro production car. Incredible. Oh, that looks cool. You have the orange Chevrolet bow tie in the back end right there. It's a little bit hard to see, but man, what an awesome diecast. And the Fords have the blue wheels for the reveal car. The Camaros kind of have a middle tone gray, and then the Toyota Camrys just have the black wheels. So you get 3 different color combinations, and very, very cool looking diecast here, guys. And here's a little bit of a very hidden detail. The top of the car is actually an American flag. You can see kind of a charcoal dark gray with kind of a black background. But regardless, you have this like pinstripe American flag pattern. And you might not be able to see it, but once we do the review, guys, you'll be able to tell it. But it's actually really, really subtle and very, very nice. Plus, you can see the Chevrolet wording on the spoiler, which is really, really cool. I kind of don't understand why they don't add sponsorship there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see them adding some decals and getting creative with adding logos to the spoilers. So anyways, we got another one here in the parcel, and oh boy, this is going to be interesting. So this is the Hendrick Motorsports test car. So this one was a generic one alongside the 9 car. Some of these diecasts are available in NASCAR Authentics 2022 Wave 2. They are available in it, like the Daniel Suarez car, this number 5 car here, the 41 car. But a lot of these are exclusive. So all the reveal cars, you can't get it anywhere else but the next-gen bonus wave. The number 17 Chris Buescher car, that is a true exclusive to this wave. This is a really, really cool piece here, guys. I'll admit, in terms of test paint schemes, it's probably the most bland and boring one you could imagine, but technically this is a Dale Earnhardt Jr., a Kyle Larson, maybe even an Alex Bowman paint scheme, because all the Hendrick drivers kind of drove this car around, but what a really cool paint scheme. I'm not a fan of the Chevrolet bow tie in the front there. They should have just done the outlining and it would have looked really cool. They were initially going to put this on all the Cup cars. I'm glad they didn't. In my opinion, they should have just done the normal outlining. That would have been pretty cool, because they used to do that back in the Gen 5 days. We still got some more here in the studio. Got another bag of these. How y'all doing out there, guys? Make sure to comment down below and check out this piece right here. the first official Ricky Stenhouse Jr. JTG Doherty paint scheme. This is the first one. He's been there since, what, 2020, I think? And they have yet to make a diecast for him, and this is the first official one. And unfortunately, it is a test car. And what's so bittersweet about these diecasts here that have the middle number is, honestly, the middle number looks fantastic on the next-gen cars. Looks fantastic. But the thing is, they're only making so few of the middle number variants that you can't really have a plethora of them. You ain't going to be able to have a large collection of them. So if you wanted to use these in your stop motion series, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb compared to 99% of the other next-gen diecasts. But regardless, first time Stenhouse gets a diecast made for JTG Doherty Racing, which every year he has like 30 paint schemes, and none of them get made, which is really sad. But this is available in that Wave 2 of the NASCAR Authentics line for this year. So it's not a true exclusive. It's an Authentics exclusive, but it does have 2 waves where that car is featured. And here's another one right here. Austin Dillon, the test car, which is just super similar to his 2021 Bass Pro Shops primary. And this paint scheme here, I'll be honest with you, it's not the greatest looking paint scheme. It's kind of just thrown all over the place. The top of the car, I don't mind. It's just the sides look really tacky. And this one's got a screwed up side logo, which is, at least I think it's screwed up. I don't know. Is that supposed to be crooked like that? Who knows? But I don't like when they just put random logos around the sides. I don't like that. It just feels like a back bumper. That A-post right there is really wrinkled up, so that's cool. But yeah, this is a very, very interesting paint scheme. You got true day glow orange on there. But the packaging, it's supposed to be a generic packaging because it is a bonus wave. Again, I don't know how many they're making of these, so if you see it, you might be inclined to get it. But if I had to be honest with you guys, I would wait and pre-order the Gold Series stuff because these are test cars. They're cool and stuff, don't get me wrong, but I think most of us would agree that we want the normal stuff. You know, the actual paint schemes we see on track the most. So that's what I would focus on the most. Bam! The final car from the next-gen test wave. And it says Wave 1 2022, so we could see a second test car bonus wave. Who knows? But anyways, you have the William Byron Exalted paint scheme. So the middle number ones were ran at Daytona prior to the official number change. I could tell back in 2020 when they ran the Bristol All-Star race that they were going to change the number placement. It was so blatantly obvious. But according to, the testing at that time, it wasn't official. So that's why the William Byron, the Stenhouse, and then the Busher all have the middle number placements is because they ran at Daytona that way. But regardless, look how good that car looks. If the door number was just a little bit bigger, this is a 10 out of 10 paint scheme almost. It looks so much better on a Gen 7 car. Love these paint schemes, man. These Gen 7 diecasts are really interesting. And one thing that I noticed on a few of these is that the bottoms of the cars are apparently a little bit different from the Wave 2 wave. So I heard, or at least I seen, that the bottom of the Austin Dillon car was, I believe, the white plastic or the gray plastic. People call it different things. And all the other cars in that wave had the dark interior, which is something we usually get in the Gold Series. So, not sure if that was just a production line thing, or perhaps they had too many of the light-colored interiors, so they just threw them together. Not really sure the backstory to it, but it appears all these are with the light color interior, which is something we see a lot with the NASCAR Authentics line. But regardless, what a cool wave. And a little detail I like about this. You can see how over here it has the Ford card back, or the card, the little, collectible card. It actually has the Ford nose. And on the Chevrolets, as that card falls over, you actually have the Chevrolet one. So they could have just done just a copy and paste, whatever. They actually took the time to make sure that each, diecast, depending on the manufacturer, actually has a different card to it. So there's a little bit of exclusive to that. Whether the cards are different based on the manufacturer, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see, fellas. Alrighty, folks, so check this out. So we got the full next-gen bonus wave here in the studio, which I'm really shocked we were to find this. Usually my store never restocks, but fortunately they got this one out. And I encourage you to go look and see if your stores have these. But if I had to be honest with you guys, would I get this next-gen test car wave, right? Keep in mind, it is test cars. Or would I save the money and go and get the Gold Series stuff, which is going to have, you know, your official paint schemes, the Kyle Bushes, the Kevin Harvicks, the Martin Truex Jr.'s, you know, X, Y, and Z, the Kurt Bushes. We do know that one of the Kurt Busch cars are actually getting made. If I had to be 100% honest with you guys, I would prioritize getting the Gold Series stuff, or simply just getting the Authentics normal paint scheme releases over the test cars. Because here's what's probably going to happen with the test cars, guys, is that they're cool and all, right? But years from now, not a lot of people are going to really, they're not going to really collect some of the test cars. Historically, test cars generally float around for a while, and they're kind of the lame duck at the pond. It could be different depending on the quantities that are made, but, you know, historically, next gen, or I'd say, you know, Gen 6 or Xfinity / Nationwide, or even back in the Gen 5 or Gen 4 days, any test cars that were made, they just didn't bear much fruit long term. So my point is, if you're a collector for the long term and you're okay being more patient, I would recommend holding out and getting these. But they make great custom donors, which is really cool. But regardless, my favorite one of this wave's got to be the Toyota one here, guys. First ever Toyota diecast in the NASCAR Authentics line. That's the next gen, which is really cool. And I just think they did an incredible job with the diecast molds, guys. I really do. The styling of them, the body lines, it's just really cool. They did a fantastic job with them. We already did some reviews, you know, like on the Chase Briscoe, the Harrison Burton, you know, one of the what's his face, the Daytona 500 winner, Austin Cindric. We already did reviews on those. We even did a review on the Eric Jones car. Like, I would recommend getting the Eric Jones car before I would get one of these, in my opinion. That Eric Jones piece is just absolutely fantastic. But I want to know what y'all think, guys. Make sure to comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about these things. And you can also see the Toyota back card, which is really nice. But yeah, this is awesome. I seen the buddy Doug Mal. He had a whole bunch of freaking next-gen cars he found. He found like 20 of these things. I'm like, holy cow, man, talk about a haul right there. So yeah, they are restocking, but I don't know how many they're going to be making. Apparently these are like half of the production, maybe 3/4 of normal production. It could just be marketing. They could have just said, we're making less of them, so it inclines people to buy them, and they really make the same amount. I have no idea, but I would probably save these for custom donors. And if you're just wanting normal paint schemes, just, you know, take your time, be patient. The next gen stuff's rolling out right now. Whole bunch more shipments are coming in of the next gen stuff, and that's what I got my stuff pre-ordered. So as soon as it shows up, we'll be able to get it here on the channel for y'all guys. So I want to say thank y'all so much for watching the video. If you can, please give it a huge thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. And for all your, you know, diecast shopping needs, got a promo code down below, guys. Feel free to use it. I have no idea which one to review first. I really like this William Byron car. It just looks so cool with that beautiful next gen just paint scheme right there, guys. What an incredible looking hot rod. But yeah, the Chevrolet Camaro to me is easily my favorite one out of all the diecast molds. I think they just, I don't think it was more or less Lionel that nailed it. I just think the style of the car itself looks the best. Like the next gen template, you know, we've seen the generic car. It fits exactly what a Chevrolet Camaro would look like. I would say the real life equivalent, for whatever reason, when you look at the Ford Mustangs from this angle, I mean, they look unbelievable. The way the windows are slanted back, they're a little bit more flatter on the 164 diecast, but the real life, they're a little bit more slender around the nose. They remind me so much of a Gen 4 car. So I'd say the Mustangs are the best looking car out there in terms of the real life equivalent. 164 got a good Camaro. But it does beg the question, I'll end the video on this. Could we possibly see a new revamped Toyota Camry coming in the years, or will they just go ahead and make the Supra? Could you imagine a next-gen Toyota Supra? That would look cool, guys. Anyways, thank y'all again for watching. Have a great one. Diecastbuffet, signing off.